Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be doing the May 2022 edition of the Random Color Generator tag. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, I'm gonna put a trigger warning right now because this might actually hurt some of you. All right, so we're gonna be coloring out of Joanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, and it's going to be a pencil page, but do not worry, it's not gonna be that bad, I hope, except that it is, because the way that I'm going to randomly choose colors is, okay, well, let me just show you. We're going to be using Prismas because I know Prismas work well in this. And you're like, how are you going to choose it? Did you number it? Are you going to close your eyes? Oh no, my friends. Oh no, oh no. So this does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections, right? Either side of the flap. And the way that we're going to be choosing our 5 color pencils is the first unsharpened color pencil in that section that I see. You're like, what? Yeah, no, that's how we're going to do it. Now, so I already knew this was going to be a thing. I know that it's unsharpened because that's how it came out of the box, that little right there. So since I pulled the silver, that's what we're going to be using. I use a lot of browns and oranges, so I know none of those are unsharpened. And so let's start from the top here and see if anything is unsharpened. Oh, this one right here. Okay, so you can see unsharpened. Now, it looks like I might have used it, but that's okay, that's fine. So long as I have not sharpened it, that's how we're gonna choose a color. Oop, and this was the first one here. Unsharpened. As you can see, our color palette is going to be interesting. Unsharpened right here. And, oh, and right here. Oh gosh. There's so many regrets right now. So many regrets. All right, and to be honest, I think I might do this for a couple of months because the page I'm going to be doing, let me find it. Is going to be this page right here. Now, Valentina from Instagram, she does this amazing thing where she colors various pages, but when she does a section, and I've noticed this because both her Instagram page, but also because of Olga Rani's weekly, monthly challenges, she will focus on it so that it isn't necessarily that she finished the entire page, but she finished whatever fit the prompt. And so for this week, the prompt is spider. And so we're going to focus on this guy right here. With these colors right here. Oh, so many regrets. And I'm here for it because I'm thinking this entire page could be really interesting if I do something similar where, again, I go through my Prismas and we do a section built on random colors. I don't even know if I'm going to be using a secret weapon this time because this is hilarious to me. What do these colors even mean? So let me sharpen these because that's probably the other thing that might be triggering to some of you, that one, this is our palette, and two, that I don't immediately sharpen my pencils upon getting them because I don't. I don't swatch, I don't sharpen, and apparently this is going to be a very patriotic kind of picture. I don't know. We'll see what we get. Now I do sharpen my Prismas with my Doll 133. I also have this, clearly they're both full of shavings, but this is my Boss Stitch Twist and Sharp. This I'll use for like some of the cheaper pencils or some of the harder pencils, but I don't use this with my Prismas because it might break it. This one doesn't seem to have any problem. So those are my sharpeners. And we're going to do some swatching, but not really. So what I mean by that is I'm going to put color down on the page, and it's going to be what it's going to be, but that also give us idea of what the colors are like. And I don't know if I want this to be ice or snow. I've never actually read this story, so I don't know what this is supposed to be. Because let's see what this silver looks like. Oh, let me show you what the colors are. So there's silver, there's pale sage, peacock blue, yellow chartreuse, that's awesome, and carmine red. So let's see what this color is. Oh, I kind of like that. And I'm sorry for the shadowing. My channel isn't really geared towards coloring because of the way that the lights are. Oh yeah, I like that. And I figured if we do a little vignette like this, one, it helps me get the prompt for the week, right? Because I'll use that Valentina move, and I'll just take a picture so that this is going to be the focus. And then this will give us something to come back to next month, and we'll just pick some random colors. And the reason I chose my Prismas is because those are the easiest for me to see what has not been sharpened. My Brett Funners would be the next one, but I think in another challenge that I did either last year or earlier this year, I chose all of my unsharpened pencils. Some of the other ones I'm sure I could figure out, but it seems like a good way to kill two birds with one stone. Now, I might have regrets. I mean, I'm not sure about this color palette already, but because I could have just left the background, but I kind of really like this color. And see, if we colored inside of him with this color, it would look kind of like a hole. You might need to think about that. And I still don't know what I want them to be, if I want them to be silver or if I want them to be flames. And I'm just putting a base color down because I can come back in and add some more down. So we know what the blue, the chartreuse, and the silver look like. So how does the sage look? It's kind of, I don't want to say milky, it's more chalky. So this probably would make a good blender pencil. But we're gonna make him this color. Let's see what happens when we add some of this blue. Oh, see, that's not bad at all because it really does pop against the background. So let's put some colors or a heavier hand. Not very heavy, but certainly heavier than what I'm doing. And then let's come back with this color and try to smush it out. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, look at us looking all color tubey and whatnot. Okay, so I'm gonna just lightly pencil in here. And if you've ever wondered, I think that's probably one of the best things about Prismas. even if you have a small collection like you can get from Target or Walmart or whatever, is, well, and the paper does need to help, because I don't know that you could have the same effect on like Amazon printed paper, but because they are so soft and waxy, you can actually build layers of color. Now, I'm generally not a building layers of anything person, but when I work with limited palettes like this, whether it's a palette that I've chosen to use or something like this that is random, and it's super random because our criteria really was what hasn't been sharpened, then you can really get some interesting effects. Now, whether or not any of this makes sense by way of color choices, that's actually neither here nor there for me. It is, what can we get with what we got, right? Because it's great if you have all the things. Not gonna lie, it is. Because I do like having the option of colors, because I don't generally do a lot of layering and blending, because just, I mean, look at this section right here. It's not very big, but I'm going to be going over this guy at least 3 times, right? And so that's just hand motion that's going to get taken away from something else. Because I already have stiffness in my shoulder. I will be doing one more coloring video today because I have stubbornness issues. I will be finishing out definitely one more buddy color, and then I might need to call it quits for May, even though there's 3 more days, just because of the pain. So something like this definitely has to be a choice, or very judicious for me, because it does take away from other things. But I do love the aspect of playing around and seeing the kind of effects that you can get, right? I mean, this guy might have wanted to be scary, but now he's this kind of greeny blue color, and he's not scary at all. So we're just kind of blending the colors together. And I keep thinking those are his eyes, but those are actually his eyebrows. His eyes are right there. So maybe for our secret weapon, I'll just come in with like a black gel pen or something just to define that. Or to turn that into his eyes, and that can be his nose holes, right? I mean, it's our book. We can do what we want. Okay, so let's see what the blue and silver do. It doesn't really do anything. And I'm thinking we're gonna do red at the base. Let's test something out. So we'll do red at the base like this. And let's come in with that chartreuse. Oh, look at that. Oh, see, now that's a color combo I might need to remember. We all know that's not going to happen. Okay, so let's do all the bases. And this is with fairly hard pressure, not super hard, but certainly harder than anything else I've done so far, because we're not going to be putting any other color in. And I'm not someone who needs to sharpen a lot, mostly because I'm lazy. And so if we get a dull point, then we're just going to deal with a dull point. As long as I can color enough of it, we're good. If it goes outside the lines, I mean, no one's going to tell us nothing, right? Right. Okay, so, and then we'll come back with this one. Now this one, it does help that we haven't used it much, and so it still has a sharpish point. The problem I think many people find with Prismas is the colors are beautiful. They work a treat on coloring pages, especially the smoother ones, right? They work beautifully on Joanna Basford paper, but they do not hold a point for very long. And for people who like to either do fine detail work or they do a lot of layering, the lack of the point can be really problematic for them. Okay, I'll just come back down here just a little. All right, I like him. So I think we're gonna do all of these in silver just to make it easy on ourselves. So he's both fire and ice. And while I'm not a huge fan of these metallic pencils, to get a really shiny finish, you're just not going to get that. I have found that these have a really interesting color, like I find this very interesting right here, but with the gold Prisma, I think even the gold Brett Funner that I've used, yeah, it was a gold Brett Funner, it makes a great kind of shading pencil. And so if you put this on, again, not so much this silver one, but that gold one specifically, it kind of dulls it down, which is strange since it is a metallic pencil, but it just has a wonderful effect that I am quite a fan of. Now, I don't do a lot of pencil work these days. And it really is, I have a large volume of pictures I finish a month because this is my go-to hobby these days to kind of unwind and de-stress. And so, and I've talked about this before, I'll focus on buddy colors, I'll focus on hashtags for Olga's like this one. I like to get at least 1 or 2 pictures done a week. And so by the end of the month, I've got a large volume of completed pages because with the exception of reading, I generally only focus on one hobby at a time. And I've been able to get a lot of reading done because I do have a Kindle Fire. I think that's what it's called. And I can read on my downtime, like when I'm waiting for buses. And so I've read quite a few books since I've gotten it. It's such a great purchase. But otherwise, like I said, my go-to hobby is coloring. I'll just bring, oh, that's a nice effect right there. Now, let's see if we can do the base in blue. See, that definitely has more effect than adding the silver to the spider. But again, the spider is so small, it doesn't surprise me. And when we get to a corner, we'll really play up the color. This peacock blue is pretty. And if you're wondering why I still have unsharpened pencils, because I've actually had the particular Prisma set since probably like April of last year. It's kind of twofold. Because I don't swatch, I'm never looking for a particular color. But because I also know that Prismas definitely work better once they are sharpened from the box, because they are sharpened, but the manufacturer sharpened, it's not that great. Plus, I think there's a coating on the pencils, and so they just don't lay down as well as if you sharpen them yourself. So I will generally gravitate towards a pencil that's already sharpened because that's just less for me to do, right? I mean, inherently, laziness and pain kind of go hand in hand for me. Gosh, that looks good. I know I was moaning and groaning before, but I mean, I didn't know what I wanted him to be. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. No, we might need to, by the end of this picture, because again, this is the only section I'm going to be coloring today, but the next time we come in here or when we're finishing up this page, maybe we can tie in all the dissimilar elements by way of framing it out in something, because again, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to have any kind of actual color theme with this if we're going to choose pencils the way that we did. Although I don't know that I have a lot of unsharpened Prismas. And so I might need to write down these colors on the side here. And maybe if I do run out of unsharpened pencils, then we come back and we just start using the same colors again. And again, just bringing a little bit more in, but also kind of blending it out. Not gonna lie, this metallic silver is kind of nice. You're not gonna get a sparkle like a glitter gel pen. And if you've got the patience and the talent, you can certainly get a silver type finish by combining a variety of different colors. But it's also, it's very good just as it is. Okay, so let's bring in some of this in the corners. And there's some red on here. Oh, because of that. I'm just going to bring in some depth of color there. And it's really just to make it look interesting when I'm working on backgrounds like this, whether it's an Erie or Joanna Basford. I might do the same trick where I just put a light wash and then I'll come into the corners or where things meet up and add some darker of the same color, and then it just kind of makes it pop, but I'm also not coloring the entire thing because I don't have a problem, absolutely none, with white peeking up through the page. I know for some people they will keep working at a page until they burnish all that away. I am not one of them. I kind of like the mottled look. Usually though, I make it look like old paper or that it's aged. I don't normally use a color like this, but I have to say this yellow chartreuse is absolutely gorgeous. Someone write that down, please. Okay, so we're nearly done, just adding a little pop to this. Because we might have to do this guy. I mean, not today because there's no spider in there, so there's no reason for me to do that, but it would make this page a little bit more symmetrical. Although, if you guys have been here for a while, you guys know it's never about the finished product for me. I mean, I'm not looking to spend my time making janky things, but if janky things happen, usually it's either something like this where I'm just randomizing stuff, or I have a plan but not the skill and it just kind of goes sideways, but then at least it's funny to me. And you guys know I kind of dig that. Okay, so now we've got his arms. I kind of like that the red is only in here, so let's put this one away. And I'm just going to come into some of the sides here, because I'm thinking all of the rest of him we're going to kind of lost my train of thought. I think we're going to make him into blue. Although maybe, since we don't have, sorry, doing and coloring is hard. Since I don't have a secret weapon, maybe we'll add a glitter gel pen, right? You can never go wrong with a glitter gel pen. Because we can also use that to make his eyes pop out more. Because again, it's those two circles right there. Okay, I think that looks good. And let's really burnish this down. And that makes it the very darkest that this color can be. And maybe we'll bring the chartreuse in and kind of smooth it down. Because that sage color, the one we did, the base of this one, it is a little too chalky for me. Okay. Let's see what these two things look like together. It only lightens it a little bit, makes it a little bit green, but I'm not mad at that. So let's put this down here, really press in. And then we'll go over top of it with this. It does seem to make it a little bit more electric. I don't even know if I'm describing that correctly, but it makes it more vivid to me. I'm hoping you guys have been in frame. And we can bring a little bit more interest because those are facing in, so that makes sense. This might be a little darker, so I kind of press harder. I kind of like that effect, so we'll do that up here. Again, you notice I'm not resharpening because why? And we'll come in and make the inside a little darker. Again, I'm not sure where the light source would be coming from on this guy because it actually seems like it's glowing from behind him. But you guys know I'm more into the interesting. Does this look more interesting this way? I think so, than it needing to make any sense. What happens if we put this here? Okay, so, oh, we didn't have any blue here. I actually don't know if I like that effect, but I have this thing where once I do it in one, I kind of have to do it in all, even if I don't like it, because at least it'll be consistently not nice. I know, guys. I know you're listening to a crazy woman. It's okay, it's okay. If you're new here, you probably have left a long time ago. And if you're not, you're like, yep, that's the woman we know. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're definitely gonna add glitter gel pen. So let me grab one. So this is where I keep my pen tails. Oh, well, that's in the wrong place. And I could go for a glaze. I could go for a moonlight. I could go for a dual metallic, which I think I'm going to do. This one right here. And so we're going to do his mouth in this color and his teeth. I'm going to make his eyes pop and actually make them bigger. I'm going to do his toenails, because self-care is self-love. Oh, that's kind of cute. I wonder if these will work on the Prismas. I'll definitely need to let this dry. Oh, this is nice. Okay. Because we could go to town and add some glitter gel pen in there, make that sparkle and whatnot, but we're not going to. And let's play up this kind of shadow effect there. And let's make the spider metallic. And I think we're done. Okay, all right. Once again, all the moaning and groaning was for nothing, because I actually think this looks kind of nice. Am I gonna go in and fuddle some more? Yes, I am. All right, so this is this month's edition of the Random Color Generator. Oh my goodness, I'm a horrible person. This was a tag started by Lily of Art Journey UK. I will link her channel below. I was initially tagged by Rach of Pricey Colors. I will link her channel below as well. I've mentioned Olga, so I'll link her channel. And I think I mentioned Erica. When I edit my videos, I always write down a list of who I need to add to my description box. But again, I don't know if I referenced, because Erica's the one who likes to smoosh things, or maybe it was Corey. I don't know. I'll link them all below. You can always check out their channels. But that is us done. Putting the pencil down. I'm hoping this video hasn't been too long. It's not going to be highly edited by way of I'm going to cut things out, because I've actually been talking throughout the most of it. But if there's any weird pauses or coughings or whatever, I will cut that out. And I think I will write down the pencils here just in case I want to use it on the rest of the page. So if you see this over a course of a few months, because we're going to color all of this in pencils, but use just very little portions, because I'm going to tell you right now, when I do my completed pages video for this month, this is completed for me. This right there. And I'm going to treat all of these sections as completed. So maybe this will be one video, this, and this. This will be the last video, and then tie it all together. I don't know whether I do it over the next few months, whether I do this all next month. I don't know. We'll see. If I can make it fit for a prompt somewhere, then I certainly will. All right, guys, I'd love to know what you guys think of this. Is this a process that would drive you batty? Is this something that you do yourself? I'd love to know in the comment section below. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.